Thank you for tuning in to TTB. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Herbal Tuesday, and I'm coming to you with one of my favorite herbs. Yes, I know I say that a lot. Most of the herbs are my favorite, but I do have those that are close to my heart, which are the ones I'm presenting to you first. So, like this one, Comfrey. So, Comfrey, and I'll have the pictures over here of the leaves with flowers, without flowers, and a picture of the roots. But Comfrey, you may think it's just a weed that grows in your backyard or some plant that you just saw in the ground while you were at the park or something like that. But it is a fantastic herb. There are some natural practitioners that use nothing but comfrey, okay? The comfrey root and comfrey leaves to treat patients. That's all they use. They don't use anything else. Back in the Civil War days, they actually used to use comfrey to help heal the soldiers and things on the battlefield. They called it the everything herb, and they would mix the comfrey with calendula, and that was how they treated people. Now, you may be wondering, why is that, Toya? Well, the reason for it is because it works on a cellular level. Cellular level. Okay, so it can help rebuild soft tissue. It can help mend your bones back together. It actually nourishes your good cells. So every 4 months we reproduce new cells in our body. So for every one cell that you have in your body now, that will die off, and in 4 months a new cell will replace it. That's how your body works, which is why they say, I think it's something like every 10 days or something like that, 10 months, somewhere along, it's a number 10, but you actually end up with a new body because all the cells by that time in your body have been replaced. So imagine having comfrey there, taking it and drinking it as a tea, or putting it in your daily mixtures, your green drink or something like that, and then consuming it every day to feed your clean, healthy cells, to feed and nourish your tissue, your soft tissues, and to help strengthen your bones. Like, imagine taking that every day and it doing all of that, which is why some practitioners use nothing but comfrey. So, like, if you were to get a cut or you had a rash or something like that, speaking of rashes, it's also good as an antidote for poison ivy or poison oak, because again, it works on the cellular level. If you have a cold, it's good to take some comfrey with it, make a tea out of it, and drink the comfrey. Like I can't express how much this herb is just fantastic. I make ointments, and I actually will put comfrey as one of the main ingredients in my ointment. So it's olive oil, beeswax, comfrey, just like that, and then I add everything else. So it really helps to repair your skin. You get a wound, you can use it for your wounds. Like, you get a cold, like, it's an immune booster. So it's just a wonderful all around herb. Now, if you do your research, which I do strongly suggest any information I present to you, that you do your own due diligence and research it yourself, just to make sure what I'm telling you is correct. I know it is, but still, just to make sure it's correct. And then too, you might find some other things about any of the herbs I present to you that maybe I didn't mention. Okay, so, but if you do your research on comfrey, you'll find that there are actually some states where comfrey is illegal. Now, how do you make a herb that grows in almost any condition illegal? I don't know. Like, I can go in my backyard right now, dig through the snow, and I can probably find some comfrey, okay? Or same thing at the park. So how you make that illegal, I don't know. But in some states it is. And the reason is because scientists, being who scientists are, they wanted to break down comfrey to see what makes it work, what makes it tick. Why is it working so well? And what they found was there's a component of comfrey that they say is toxic. The problem with that is Mother Nature always finds a way. Okay? Mother Nature will always find a way. She balances everything. Okay? Balances. So, yeah, you may have this one component that may cause harm, but there are other components in that same herb that will counter that effect, making it null and void. And that's how nature works. That's how these herbs work. And if you were to sit down and break down a lot of the things that we have, then it's other foods that you wouldn't be eating as well, like potatoes. Potatoes have a component in it. If you break it down and strip it down, there's a component in white potatoes that is actually poisonous and toxic. That was actually how they started out. And what happened was, man GMO'd way back in the day, GMO'd the potatoes to where they weren't poisonous to humans anymore. However, there's still a component in it that will make it poisonous. So again, if you start breaking things down and stripping it down, then yes, you're going to find a lot of things that we consume and that we eat on a regular basis are not good for us. But when you have it as a whole, the way Mother Nature intended, the way she grew it, the way she nurtured it, it's going to counter anything bad in that is going to be countered by something else. And you can see it even in nature. So you see, there's a herb called nightshade, which is actually poisonous, but close to it is the antidote. Even poison oak and poison ivy, there's always close to it is a herb that is the antidote for it, and that's just how she works. She's not going to give you one thing and not have something to counter it. And it's the same thing as inside the herb as well, and that's how Comfrey is. She's not going to create something that's going to do all this wonderful stuff, be used for all these hundreds of years, hundreds of thousands of years, just to turn around and be toxic and poisonous to you. That's not how Mother Nature works. That's how man works, not Mother Nature. So again, Comfrey is one of my favorites. I use it a lot. I have the teas, I have the leaves, I use Comfrey a lot. And like I told you, I put it in my bath now when I do my sacred baths. It's a part of that. It's a component of that as well. So I encourage you to try it out. Again, I know, like I said, it's illegal in some states, but whatever. How you gonna make a herb illegal? That baffled me. Like, how do you make that? That's like saying trees are illegal. So the tree I have in my backyard is illegal now. Like, how do you enforce that? I'm just curious. But anyway, that's my message for today. Again, Comfrey. I love it. And that's all I have for you guys today. You can also get it on Mountain Rose. Mountain Rose has both the, I'm just trying to make sure I said that right. Yes, Mountain Rose. So Mountain Rose has the leaf as well as the root that you can get from them directly. I know I'm not a sponsor for them. I'm just helping you out with that information because that's where I get it. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.